Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are going to be going over just more reveals. I decided to put 2 colors per reveal just because one color alone probably just makes a really short video, and I don't want to just sit here making snippets to make snippets, you know? So now that we've got red and yellow, I think it's time to go in and do some stuff about it. So that being said, we got a lot of cool stuff planned out. It's gonna be kind of coming up over the course of the next week. We got a lot more coverage on the anniversary box. On top of that, now that one of my colleagues has put up a premiere, I think it's cool to say, keep an eye on this channel. What, the 23rd? I think it's the 23rd. Let me check. Yeah, it's the 23rd. Keep an eye on this channel on the 23rd. You don't want to miss it. That's all I'm gonna say for now. But yeah, we got some really exciting stuff coming up with some upcoming product. So that being said, we are going to hit the normal plugs. I mean, the Facebook group for the community, the Facebook group for the actual card game, Universe X, my Facebook group, the Discord, TCGMetalZ, all in the description. Check them out. Excellent sources of news, like cool, like memorabilia, like the metal cards, just places to talk, things like that. Awesome. Now moving past that, we're gonna get into the video. Like I said, we've got yellow and red spoilers for the anniversary box, so let's hop into it. The first one we're gonna go on about is actually yellow, and we'll start off with Chilai and Limo, Allied Assistance. This is a unison, and it's a 1 cost. So auto, once per turn, when you play a battle card using Arrival Green Yellow, add a marker to this card. +1, activate main. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 1 green yellow multicolored Frieza's army card among them to your hand, shuffle your deck, and if you added a card to your hand, choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. +0, activate battle. If another card is in battle, use up to 1 green yellow multicolored card from your drop area in combo with a skill negated for the battle. Okay. So here's kind of the issue I'm running into here, all right? And I hate to start off something with that. Look, let's just actually go with the pros first. It's a 1-drop and it's in yellow. And if you guys can't tell, this is clearly made for Yellow Broly, who plays the yellow-green Arrival cards. It's a 1-drop, so you're gonna be able to play it nice and early. Its Arrival is going to give another marker to this card. Its +1 is gonna help you find your Arrival cards. And you're also going to be able to, it's unfortunately not a plus, you have to filter. So you have to take one hand, discard a card. And then its +0 is going to be an enabler for Arrival. Now, from a standpoint of a player though, this is one of those cards where I kind of wish Arrival was looked at a bit more before this card was made. Because as you guys all know, like, you don't get a combo step if, you know, a unison is being attacked. This says, once per turn, when you play a battle card using the Arrival Green Yellow, add a marker to this card. This is one of the only unisons with a pseudo +2 effect that cannot pseudo +2 the turn it's played. The Arrival, I mean, I guess there will be some green yellow rivals, but the green yellow rivals that you play in this Yellow Broly generally cost energy. So there's no way to play this card and then plus it with its additional effect the same turn. Now, if you're going into turn 2, yeah, maybe, but not really on turn 1. The filtering is decent because since it's trying to combo from the drop area, filtering is just trying to get you to put a card in the drop area to then combo with it. But the main flaw is this +0 activate battle. If somebody doesn't want you getting free cards from the grave to activate your Arrival, they'll just swing on your unison over and over again. And it has no protection, it's a 4K. I like this card a lot and I want to like it more, but I just don't feel like it fits in the deck it was made for. And that's very unfortunate to me. But hey, I'm always willing to be proved wrong. Please, if you have a build, if you found the spice, let me know. Like, play me on Untap, just like something, because this, I feel like this card is, I see what it was supposed to do, and I don't think it's going to do that effectively. Next card, Bardock, Resurrected Lineage. This kind of makes me feel like it's a reboot to, you know, the infamous Bardock. But yeah, swap 2, limit 1, Goku's Lineage with an energy cost of 2. auto limit 1. When this card is played, this card gains 5,000 power for the turn, and then choose up to one of your opponent's skill as battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So if your opponent has a skill as battle card or a battle card with its skills negated, this is a 1-drop kill spell if it's rested. I'm gonna be like, again, I'm a little hard on this yellow stuff because I see where some of it's going and I don't quite like it. If this Bardock is going to have limit 1, swap 2, I think it still should have given you the option to take a life. I think you should have been able to play this and take a life or not take a life. Because with limit 1, you can't auto-awaken yourself swapping this over and over again. At most, you'd be able to take 2 life if you had 2 energy. And that's still maybe a little powerful, but if they really wanted to get that out of the way, just put it, when this card is played, this card gains 5,000 power for the turn, you may take 1 life. Like, still limit 1. Just put them both on limit 1. But I think this could have still taken a life, and it would have been very, very much so a true reboot with limitations. So yeah. Other than that, it's a situational kill spell. Yellow has a lot of combo kills. You gotta negate it, it's gotta be tapped, you gotta blow it up. The next card we're gonna look at is Metacooler, Maddening Multiplication. If your leader card is a Metacooler or Metacooler core card, and you have 2 or more energy, and you don't have a unison in play, when this card is played from your hand, choose up to 1 Metacooler Giant Force in your hand and play it with a marker on it in rest mode. Activate main, limit 1. If your leader card is a Metacooler or a Metacooler core card, place up to 2 infinite multiplication Metacoolers from your deck into your drop area and then shuffle your deck. Okay. This card is, for me, odd in 2 places. One, it's a 1-drop 4K. I don't like that. I think with as weak as Metacooler can be, I think this could have been a 10K 1-drop and it would have been fine. Because the deck fundamentally has some glaring flaws that are just because of the way it's going to be composed. So I don't think you're going to be wrong playing this 1,000 or 10,000 1-drop. Now, when it comes to its first effect, this is the one that I really am sad about, because for any Metacooler fans, not me, but one of my friends, one of my close friends, you know by now that the 2-drop unison, or the Metacooler unison, is not what you want to play. It's just not. Like, almost completely, Vegeta is a better unison. You filter, you draw. If you're tapped out, which you are a lot in this deck, you're going to be able to have extra attack. Like, this guy is literally fishing. You're playing this guy to fish a unison that's subpar compared to what you could be putting in. But the second ability, the ability to just place 2 infinite multiplication coolers from your deck into your drop area and then shuffle your deck, is wonderful. You're going to start thinning out your deck. You won't be drawing the cards you don't need as much. That second part is actually straight gas, but I think it could have been 10K. And since I know they're just not going to let you play a 2-cost yellow unison, they could have just put an entirely different effect on this, because literally the cooler unison just unfortunately isn't it right now. We'll move on to the next one. Ginyu, former Galactic Elite. 1 cost. When this card is played, draw 1 card. Activate main, limit 1. If your leader card is a yellow Frieza with an original power of 5K or Frieza Resurrected, you can shoot. Oh, okay. You can switch this card to rest mode. Choose up to 1 mono yellow Frieza's Army or a unison card in your hand and add it to your life face up. And if you do, draw a card and then place 1 card from your life into your drop area at the end of turn. Okay. So this is actually really, really, really cool. This is for the Frieza with a field spell. This is for that revival of Frieza leader in yellow that came out a couple sets back. Very interesting card. Very awkward deck, but it's hard to kill a lot of the times, and it's a high skill cap, but it didn't always have the biggest payoff. That's the only issue. So when you're looking at this card, this is very, very interesting. That you're going to be able to, it's a trigger. I mean, you're going to play it, draw 1 card, and then activate main. You're going to be able to switch this card to rest mode only to cycle your life. And if you know how the deck works, it's a whole thing. If you know how the deck works, there's a whole lot of cycling involved that is or going to proc effects off of your life, and you know you can only die once. There's a lot of stuff to go into. Maybe we'll revisit it if Amani wants to revisit it with this card, see if it's enough for him to want to look at it. We'll revisit it, but it's just a neat little piece for this deck. But negative infinite points because it's got tracksuit Gohan, and that's the most shameful version of Gohan I've ever seen in my life. So we're gonna move over to the second to last card in yellow, God Destruction Topo, Skill Breaker. There's a lot on this one. Deflect, critical, blocker. If your leader card is a yellow Universe 7 card, when this card is played from your hand, choose one. If you don't have a Unison card in play, choose up to one Vegeta Unison of Theory from your hand or deck and play it with 3 markers on it. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it. This card gains 10,000 power and double strike for the turn. Auto, once per turn, if it's your turn, when this card is switched to rest mode by one of your yellow card skills, switch this card to active mode and choose all of your opponent's battle cards and negate their skills for the turn. So, this card is insane. Does he cost 4? Yes. He's a thick boy. A thick boy. But, at the same time, if you don't have a Unison established, this kind of feels a lot like TP Vegeta from this set. If you don't have your Unison established, you play this guy. And this guy is going to bring out the Unison. And then you're going to use the Unison to go to 4 markers. And then you're going to tap this guy. He's going to untap and negate all of your opponent's skills unless they have barrier. That is insane. Like, this card is gas. And then on top of that, if you already have your Unison established, you can literally give it plus 10k and double strike, so it becomes a deflect, critical, double strike, 30k, and then tap him, untap him. This guy is monstrous and is actually a massive top end for yellow. If you're running the Vegeta Unison, like, this is just so nice. It's just actually nice. It's a 4-drop, big-bodied threat, and it's not unique, except where it says Universe 11 leader, which means it is pretty unique, which means I'll just kind of shut up now. So either way, it's a little more pigeonholed than I was initially thinking, but this card is amazing. Art is going to be on fleek, and well, foiling is going to be on fleek. We can already see the art's on fleek. One of my favorite moments when he just kind of shut Frieza's crap up. So I'm very excited about this card, and I don't even play yellow often. Last card in yellow, Swift Rescue Dispo. Lots of people are memeing on this because the art's the same as Dispo thwarting the enemy, but Bandai has already announced that they're going to be making alt arts. Now, unique auto, limit 1, discard 1 card from your hand. When this card is played, play up to 2 yellow Universe 11 cards with an energy cost of 2 or less in your drop area. In rest mode, their skills negated for the turn. Activate battle if your leader card is a mono yellow Universe 7. What's good? Definitely was editing. Realized I said Universe 7. It's Universe 11. I'm pretty sure everybody knows Universe 11. The card's right there on there, but I just want to make sure people ain't busting up my mistakes. Alright, back to the video. Card, and it's your opponent's turn. Play this card from your hand in rest mode. Okay, so we got a couple things here, alright? I am not going to front with you. I think it's a little odd that we are getting so much yellow, well, 2 dedicated yellow Universe 7 or 11 support cards when we just got Universe 11 all in red. That's a little weird for me. I don't quite get it, but you know what? That's not my business. It's cool if you liked yellow Universe 11 more than you ever liked red Universe 11, which is fair because Topo is a very powerful deck. I think that this is neat, and you know, there's a good Jiren too. I think this is very neat. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Like, it's tight that we're seeing yellow support where it could be used. Next we're gonna go over to red, and we're gonna continue this. Red should go just a little bit faster, simply because there's not as much. So we're going to start off with Bulma to incite a sneeze. Unique barrier 1-drop, auto, limit 1. If your leader card is a red Earthling only card with 10,000 power or less, when this card in your life is flipped face up by one of your red card skills, you may play this card from your hand. If you do, choose one of your red Unison cards with 10 or with 1,000 power and 2 markers or less, add a marker to it, and you can't play multicolored battle cards for the game. Auto, if your leader card is a red Earthling only card with 1,000 power or 10,000 power or less, when the face up red battle card in your life is played, it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So, this is very interesting. We're going to go off about this in a couple ways. One, this is going to start pumping all of your red cards that come off of life. This is also going to turn your 2-drop Unison to a 3-drop Unison, you know, or 3 marker Unison when it gets played. However, this is going to stop you from playing multicolored cards, which is a very interesting way of putting a lot of support on one card and then saying you can't play Piccolo Jr. Let's be real about it. So, I'm not sure how this is going to go, because Piccolo Jr. was a massive part of Green-Red Launch's offense. So if you can't use Piccolo Jr., is it even worth going mono-red just so you can use a card like this? We don't know, but I'm not sure if that's going to balance, because Piccolo Jr., Eradicator of Pieces, is just such a strong card in that like deck. It's unbelievably strong in that deck. Did I even get that right? Is it Eradicator of Peace? Yeah, okay. I just had to make sure I was right. Next card. Quick Growing Cyberman. Permanent. You can include as many copies of this card in your deck as you like. Auto, when this card is KO'd, choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards and gain minus 10,000 power of the turn. That's awesome. I'm liking that we're getting hard foil Cybermen cards. And for everybody saying that we need Metacoolers that have effects too, I need you to understand that Metacoolers are all 15k and can go neutral with leaders, which is probably why they don't have effects. Like Cybermen have effects, but they're also 5ks and 4ks, so don't even front. This is pretty simple. I mean, you have a lot of things that KO your cards in this deck, and you're going to be able to minus 10k off the unison, and with most unisons this set, that's going to take a marker off of them. So I dig it. Next card, SS Son Goku Might in the Making. Auto, if your leader card is a blue sand card, cough cough Gogeta. When this card is in your hand is placed to your drop area by a Union Fusion skill, activate this skill. At the end of the turn, switch up to one of your energy to active mode. No color specification either. Activate battle once per turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It gains minus 10,000 power for the turn. That's a great activate battle. It allows this guy to swing on 20ks, it allows this guy to go above the heads of 15ks. Very, very strong. Looks good, got that Shintani art style, and you're going to be going into Gogeta, and so this is kind of interesting because you can see if there's a Goku here, there's probably a Vegeta coming up next, and we've already saw Broly support in essentially 2 colors, so it's interesting now Gogeta support is in 2 colors too, Broly being in yellow and green, whereas this one has red and blue. Next one, SS Vegeta Might in the Making, and I love this art. Great scene, Vegeta looking not even smug, just completely relaxed as he doesn't think this dude's a threat. Deflect, counterplay, play this card. During your opponent's turn, reduce the energy cost on this card in your hand by 1. So this is a 1 cost counterplay in red. So it better be super specific because otherwise it's going to be super abused. Auto, choose 1 blue Veku card in your battle area and KO it. When this card is played from your hand, choose up to 1 red Son Goku BR card with 10,000 power or less in your deck, play it, shuffle your deck. Alright, that's very neat. So even without... Okay, I like that. So you can just easily play this guy, pop your Veku. Veku's going to resolve his effects, but you're also going to get your Goku out, and you'll have Goku and Vegeta on board, ready to do some early game work. Definitely dig this. I think that's hot. And now we're on to the last card of the video, King Cold, Blessing of the Clan. These names have got to stop, guys. Super combo, 0-10k, power 2000. You know what that means? That means prison, baby. If this card leave your combo area or move from the game instead, okay, yes, because the deck does have ways to recur. Auto, limit 1. If your leader is a wow. If your leader card is a red Frieza BR card and your life is at 3 or less and it's your opponent's turn, when this card is used in a combo from your hand, the next time you would activate a mono red extra card with an original cost of 3 or less this turn, reduces activation cost by 1 red. So if I'm not mistaken, you see a mono red extra original cost of 3 or less this turn. Yeah, that means you can super combo with this guy, and once per turn, you'll be able to get this little effect off. You'll be able to be like, alright, bet, I'm gonna violent raise you for free in a discard. I'm going to, I don't know, this is all you got for free in a discard. That's actually really, really neat. I like that a lot. I'm glad that they finally got a super combo that works in the deck, because it was just kind of janky that they never had one before. So that being said, that is all of the cards for yellow and red. Stay tuned. We're going to get more later. Tomorrow should be, let me check this Facebook message. It should be up here. I think it should be up here. There shouldn't really be a reason it's not up here, unless I'm just, seeing things. But let me just make sure I know it's tomorrow for new multicolored cards. Bet. So yeah, there we go. Tomorrow we'll have a multicolored video out. Tomorrow's actually Thursday. Maybe I'll have the multicolored video out on Friday, because Thursday I'm going to be going live at 8:30, 8:15. Make sure you guys see that, catch up with that. I'll put the premiere up soon. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you like the content, think about hitting that subscribe button. I will see you the next time you decide to join Universe X. Later.